Hello everyone, Scooty007 here bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game we have the 2-2 Chicago White Sox taking on the 3-1 Detroit Tigers. And here is the starting lineup for the Chicago White Sox. Leading off, the center fielder, Nick Swisher. Batting second, the shortstop, Orlando Cabrera. Batting third, the designated hitter, Jim Thome. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Paul Cornico. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Jeremy Dye. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Carlos Quinton. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Joe Creed. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Chris Getz. And batting ninth, the catcher, Toby Hall. On the mound for the Tigers, it's Dontelli Willis. First time we're seeing him in this replay. No wins, 2 losses, a 9.38 ERA, 24 innings pitched. Allowed 18 hits, 18 strikeouts, and 34 walks. We're here at Comerica Park, which gives a -1 to strikeouts and a +1 to walks. And with that, Nick Swisher steps up into the batter's box, takes a few practice swings, and we are ready to start. Nick Swisher batting a .118. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-3. That's going to be at the ballpark. So we're going to go to Comerica Park. 6-2 HRP. That is a home run past Jones. And Nick Swisher leads this game off with a solo home run. And he smacks that ball out of here in left field and puts the White Sox on top, 1-0. What a way to start this game off. Next up, Orlando Cabrera. Cabrera batting a .250. Here's the pitch. 3-2. That's a walk plus. That's a 25. That is an 11. And they walk Cabrera. Runner on first, infield coming into double play depth, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Jim Thome. Thome batting a .133. Strategy rolls a 5, infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-1. 2-1 is a strikeout plus. That's a 24. That's a 12. Struck him out looking. Next up, Paul Cornico, batting a .313. Strategy roll is a 5. Infield still at double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that is 5-6. That's going to be a wild pitch on a 1-5. That is a wild pitch and just a bit outside. So with that, we're going to roll for Paul. On that is going to be 5-2. 5-2 is a pop-up to second for out number 2. Jeremy Dye batting a .333. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 15 for the White Sox. They're going to hold off. And that is going to be 6-4. 6-4 is a walk plus. That's a 21. That's an 11. We add 11 to that, and that's going to be a walk for Jeremy Dye. Carlos Quinton up. Quinton batting a .375. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-5. That's also going to be a walk plus. That's a 30. That's a 19, and they walk him. And with that, they load the bases up. Strategy roll 3, infield at normal depth, and here comes Joe Creed. Creed batting at 250. 5-4 home run. That's a 0. No grand slam denied. 1-1 fly ball to Jones. And 1 run, 1 hit, no errors as the White Sox leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the Detroit Tigers. Leading off, the center fielder, Cleet Thomas. Batting second, the second baseman, Placidio Polanco. Batting third, the first baseman, Carlos Guillen. Batting fourth, the right fielder, Maglio Ordonez. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Miguel Cabrera. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Edgar Renteria. Batting seventh, the catcher, Ivan Rodriguez. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Jacques Jones. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Brandon Ing. On the mound for the White Sox, it's Gavin Floyd. Floyd has 17 wins, 8 losses, a 3.84 ERA, 206 and 1/3 innings pitched, had 190 hits, 145 strikeouts, and 64 walks. And with that, Cleet Thomas steps up into the batter's box. He's batting a 125, and we're ready to start. 1-2 range play. 4-2 ground ball to Cabrera. Cabrera's range is in a 1-4. That is a 2, and that is a success. Gets it, tosses over to the first base for out number 1. That's going to bring up Placidio Polanco, batting a 500. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 6-5. 6-5 is a walk. That's an 8. The 19 is too high. 3-2 line drive to Getz. Getz takes it, throws it over to Corneco for out number 2, and that's going to bring up Carlos Guillen. Guillen batting at 200. Here's the pitch. 6-1 strikeout 7. That's an 11. Too high. 3-4 fly ball to Quentin. He makes the out there to retire the side. And the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Easy inning to score for the White Sox as they retire the Tigers in order. 3 up, 3 down. After 1, it's Chicago 1, Detroit nothing. We go to the top of the second. It's Chris Gates, Toby Hall, and Nick Swisher due up for the White Sox. Chris Gates. First time we're seeing him in this replay. Here's the pitch to Gates. 1-5. That is going to be a walk plus. That is an 11. The 18 is too high. And that is going to be 5-6. That is going to be a single past Thomas. And Gates leads off with a single. Infield at double play depth. We have a steal attempt on Gates. Gates' steal rating is a 10. That's going to be a -9, or it's going to be a -9. That's a 10, and he got caught stealing for out number 1. Infield at normal depth as he got caught trying to steal second. Here comes Toby Hall. First time we're seeing him in this replay. The pitch to Toby Hall. 4-6, that is a blank. Strategy roll, by the way, is a 12, so nothing really happening there except for the out for getting caught stealing. 5-4, Power hit to Thomas. That is a 20, and that is a fly ball. Out number 2, and we go to the top of the order. Here's Nick Swisher. Swisher, 1 for 1. Open this game up with a home run. 1-3, possible error. 2-3, double star 3, ground ball to second. Error rating for Placido is a 1-3. That is an 18. No error there. And out number 3. That retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Miguel, and Edgar due up for the Tigers. Miguel O'Donis batting a .429. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-5. 5-5 is a strike. That's a 6. The 4 in range struck him out. And next up, it's Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera batting a .182. Here's the pitch. 3-6. Home run. That's a 17. That's a 5. And Cabrera smacks a home run in our right field. Kaboom! That ball is out of here. Solo home run for Miguel Cabrera. Fly ball out of here, and that ties the game up. All right, next up is Edgar Rentia. Rentia is batting a .143. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-3. 4-3 is a strike. That's a 7. The 9 is too high. 6-5, and that is going to be a single past Creed. And Rentia gets on with a single. All right, we have a hit and run here, which is within 2. So that is a 4. That is in range. So we're going to have a hit and a run. Infield coming in. Here's the pitch to Ivan Rodriguez. He's batting a .357. 3-5. Double star. Ground ball to Getz. And that is going to be a fielder's choice with that. Rentia will advance to second. And Ivan Rodriguez is going to be out at first. And we now have a 20. We have a pickoff attempt. Gavin Floyd doesn't pick anyone off. But we have an 8. So I'll show that off. Gavin Jones batting an .091. Here's the pitch. 1-2. Range play. 1-5. Ground ball to Floyd. Floyd ranges at a 1-4. That's a 4, and he makes the play. Takes it, throws it over to first base to Carlos for out number 3. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. After 2, we're tied at 1. We're 1-all. We go to the top of the 3rd. It's going to be Orlando Cabrera, Jim Thome, and Paul Corneco due up. There's Orlando Cabrera. He's 0 for, he had a walk his last time up. And that's going to be 4-4. Strikeout plus. That's a 15. That's a 15. He struck him out looking. Next up, Jim Thome. Thome is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-4. 2-4 range play here. To Tome, 3-3. Line drive to Ing. Ing's range is in a 1-5. That is a 2, and that is a successful play there. Takes the double away. And out number 2. Range of a 5 is the best range you can have in this game. Paul is up. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. 4-1. That is a walk plus. That's a 25. That's a 3. And they walk him to get to Jeremy Dye. All right, Jeremy Dye also walked his last time up. Strategy roll 2. White Sox holding off. Here's the pitch. 6-5 walk plus 21. That's a 2. And they walk Dye. To repeat again. Next up, Carlos Quinton. Quinton also walked his last time up. Strategy roll 2. Here's the pitch. 6-4, and that is a walk. That's a 30. That's an 8, and they load the bases. Well, the bases are loaded, and here comes Joe Creed, 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 8, by the way. 1-3. Possible error. 6-4. That is a line drive to ground ball to first. Willis's range is a 0 for an error rating. That's a 7. No error there. And out number 3, and once again, Chicago leaves the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Brandon Ing, Cleet Thomas, and Placidio Polanco due up for the Tigers. Brandon Ing, here's the pitch. First time we're seeing him. First time we're seeing this third baseman come up in the replay. 1-6. That's a double star, and that is a fly ball to Swisher. Out number 1. We go to the top of the order. Here's Cleet Thomas, 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 1-5, strikeout, 11, 7 in range, and struck him out. And that's going to bring up Placidio Polanco, 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-1. Range play at Comerica Park. 4-6, double star 5. And that's going to go to Cabrera. Cabrera's range is in a 1-4. That is a 1. And takes the play away. And the White Sox retire them in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 up, 3 down. We go after 3. Score tied at 1. We go to the top of the 4th. It's Chris Gates, Toby Hall, and Nick Swisher 2 up. Here's the pitch to Gates. Gates 0 for 1 on the day. 1-6. Double star. Fly ball to Ordonis. Out number 1. Here comes Toby Hall. Toby Hall 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-2. 4-2 is a double star. Ground ball to Ing for out number 2. We go to the top of the order. Here's Nick Swisher. Swisher is 1 for 2 on the day with a home run. Here's the pitch. Had that home run in the first inning. 2-1 ground ball, strikeout plus. That's a 20. That's a 2. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that's retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Carlos Guillen, Maglio Ordonis, and Miguel Cabrera due up for the Tigers. Here's the pitch to Carlos Guillen, who's 0 for 1 on the day. 6-2. Home run. That's a 5. That's a 2. And that ball is out of here. Solo home run for Carlos Guillen. Home run for Carlos Guillen, and that puts the Tigers up by a run. And that's going to bring up Maglio Ordonez, who's 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-2. 2-2 is a wild pitch. It's a foul ball. We're going to re-roll. 5-1, hit by pitch. That's a 4. That's going to be a +1. The 12, outside of the range. Got out of the way of that. 6-2, double star 5. Ground ball to Cabrera for out number 1. We have 2 Cabreras in the game here. And here is the designated hitter, Miguel Cabrera, for the Detroit Tigers. He's 1 for 1 on the day with a home run. And that is going to be 6-4, possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be 3-5, single to Gates. And Cabrera's on with a single. Infield at double play depth, and here's Edgar Rentia. Rentia is 1 for 1 on the day. Strategy rolls a 7. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-5. Home run chance on a 1-7. 17 too high. No. On that. 5-5, and that is a double star 1. Fly ball to Swisher for out number 2. Ivan Rodriguez up. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy roll an 8. Infield now at regular depth. Infield playing normal. 3-5. Double star. Fly ball to Swisher. Goes back to the wall to make the play. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. After 4, it's Detroit 2, Chicago 1. We go to the top of the 5th. It's Orlando Cabrera, Jim Thome, and Paul Cornico due up. And Dante Willis is tired. They're going to leave him in. His pull rating is a 4, so we're going to see what he can do here. 2-2, that is a walk. That's a 15. That's a 14, and they walk Orlando Cabrera, who walked his last time up. He does. And here's Jim Thome. Thome is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 5-2, range play. 6-4 to first. That's going to go to Guillen. Ground ball to Guillen. Guillen's range is on a 1-3. That's a 5, and that's going to be a single. And Cabrera will advance to third. He advances to third on a 2-6. He does have a 2, so he will get the extra base on that. And with that, that's going to do it for Dante, for Willis. For the Tigers, they are going to the bullpen. So Detroit going to the bullpen. They're going to bring in They're going to bring in Chris Lampert to Lampert. First time we're seeing him. He has 1 win, 2 losses, a 5.66 ERA, pitched 20 and 2/3 innings, allowed 31 hits, 15 strikeouts, and 6 walks. And with that, we do say goodbye to Dante Willis, who only went 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 7 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 home run, 1 wild pitch, an ERA of a 2.25. Now, he is responsible for these 2 batters right here on the plate. As Paul Cornico comes up, he's 0 for 1 with a walk. Here's the pitch. 5-2. Strikeout plus. That's a 19. That's a 2. And he struck him out looking. Infield at double play depth as Jeremy Dye comes up. He walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 10. White Sox holding off. 3-1 blank. 2-2 fly ball to Thomas. And that is a failed sacrifice roll. And that is going to be a 6. The lead runner advances on that. So that ties the game up. We do have a showdown. That is a 2. If roll is greater than BR, then runner out, no advancement for others. If it is less than or runner is out, they get him out at second. And that retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. The White Sox came back to tie that game up on a sacrifice fly. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be Jack Jones, Brandon Ing, and Clay Thomas due up for the Tigers. Jack Jones, 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. 1-1. Strikeout, 11. The 15 is too high. 5-3. Fly ball to Dye. Out number 1. Brandon Ing, 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 1 out. 5-2 at the ballpark. 1-4 ground ball back to the catcher. Out number 2. We go to the top of the order. Here's Clay Thomas, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 3-2 blank. 3-2 double 2-3. Sorry, 2-3. Power hit to, nope, I'm sorry. 3-2 is a double star 2. Fly ball to Dye. Out number 3. And that retires the side as the White Sox retire the Tigers in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5, score tied at 2. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Carlos Quentin, Joe Creed, and Chris Gates due up for the White Sox. Here's the pitch to Carlos Quentin. Quentin walked his last. Has been walked twice in this game. 3-1 is a blank. 3-3 double star 1. Fly ball to Jones. Out number 1. Joe Creed, 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2-1 blank. 3-1. Fly ball to Ordonis. Out number 2. And here's Chris Gates. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 1-4. 1-4 range play. 5-6. And that is going to go to Thomas. Thomas's range is in a 1 to 4. That's a 1, and that's the out. And that retires the side as the Tigers retire them in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Placidio Polanco, Carlos Goulart, and Maglio Ordonez due up for the Tigers. Placidio is 0 for 2 in the day. Here's the pitch. 1-5, strikeout 3. That's an 8. The 8 is too high. 1-6, fly ball to Quinton. Out number 1. Carlos Goulart. Goulart is 1 for 2 with a home run today. Here's the pitch. 4-6, double. That is a double question mark. Double star and a 1 to 2. The 13 is too high. 1-5, double star 6, fly ball to Quinton. Out number 2, and next up, that's going to bring up Maglio Ordonez. 0 for 2 in the day with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. 5-4, strikeout 6. That's a 5. And they struck him out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. After 6, we're tied at 2. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Toby Hall, Nick Swisher, and Orlando Cabrera due up for the White Sox. Here's Toby Hall. Toby Hall 0 for 2 in the day. 6-3. Strikeout 12, 16 too high. 6-6, and that is a single to Thomas. And Toby Hall gets on with a single. And that's going to bring up the top of the order. Here's Nick Swisher. Swisher is 1 for 3 with a home run already in this game. Struck out his last time up. 6-5 home run. That's a 12. That's a 2. And that is a 2-run home run for Chicago, as Nick Swisher hits the 2nd home run of this game. And that ball is out of here. 2-run home run for the White Sox. And that is Nick Swisher's 2nd home run of this game. And that puts the White Sox up by 2. They have that insurance run. And here comes Orlando Cabrera. Cabrera 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. He has a walk and a strikeout. That's going to be 2-4. 2-4 is a strike. That's a 5. The 15 is too high. 3-2, fly ball to Thomas. Out number 1. Here comes Jim Thome. Thome is 1 for 3 with a strikeout. The pitch. 5-4 blank. 5-4. Single to Jones. And Jim Thome is on with a single. So we have a pickoff attempt here. Chris Lambert doesn't pick anyone off. That is a 7. Paul Canico up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 5-2. That's a strikeout plus. We had 9. That's a 19. That's an 8. And struck him out looking. Jeremy Dye. 0 for... Walked his last 2 times up. Strategy roll is an 8. Infield at 18, actually, for the strategy die. Infield at normal depth. Here's the pitch to Die. Die 3-3. Question mark. Single on a 1-11. The 19 too high. And that is going to be 3-4. Ground ball to Ing. And Sing take me out to the ball game. This has been a very close game. Run for run so far after 6.5 innings have been played. Let's take a look at the box score. Chicago up. They just hit a 2-run home run in the top half of the inning. They hit a run in the 5th inning to tie the game up, and they led off with a solo home run. Detroit, in that 2nd inning, they also hit a home run. So they tied the game up in the 2nd inning. They took the lead in the 4th. Like I said, Chicago came back to tie the game up in the 5th. And right now in the top half of the 7th inning, Chicago took that 2-run home run lead to put them up 2 runs. So we go to the bottom of the 7th as we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. As we reach the 7th inning stretch. It's 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Miguel Cabrera, Edgar Rentia, and Ivan Rodriguez due up for the Tigers. Taking a look at Gavin Floyd. Gavin Floyd can face 5 more batters. This is probably going to be his last inning. Here's the pitch to Miguel Cabrera. He's 2 for 2 with a home run. 6-1. Strikeout 10. The 14 is too high. 6-1. That is going to be a single to Swisher. And Swisher couldn't get to it in time. Throws it over to second to hold Cabrera at first. All right, here's Edgar Rentia. Rentia's 1 for 2 on the day. Infield at double play depth. Strategy roll 8. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-2. 2-2 is a wild pitch. That's a 20 outside of the range. So nothing happens there. 2-2. Fly ball to Swisher for out number 1. Infield still at double play depth. Ivan Rodriguez up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-3. 2-3 is a walk. That's a 7. That's a 3. And they walk Rodriguez. So Rodriguez on, runners on first and second. Here's Jack Jones, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Strategy roll 16. Infield going to double play depth. Here's the pitch. 1-3, strikeout 11. That is a 2, and they struck him out. And that's going to bring up Brandon Ing. Ing 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 14. So the Tigers holding off on Strat. 4-1 range play at Comerica Park. 5-1. That is a single to Swisher. Swisher's range is on a 1-2. That is a 5. That got by him. And that's going to hold the runners. Cabrera has a 4, and we have a row of a 5. So to go from second to home, it's a +2. 4, the 5 is higher. They hold. All right. So Toby Hall going to go out there to talk to Floyd on the mound. They call a timeout real quick here and try to discuss a little bit. And that's going to bring everyone else in as well. They just need one more out to get through this inning. All right, everyone goes back as the umpire calls them all back. He gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Clay Thomas. Thomas is 0 for 3. 2-4 blank. 3-2 single to the shortstop to Cabrera. That is going to score Cabrera, and Rodriguez will come in to tie the game up. And Detroit, pound for pound, they tie this game up. All right, Gavin Floyd is tired. They are going to leave him in. We just need one more out. Here's Placidio Polanco, who's 0 for 3 on the day. Strategy roll is a 6. 3-3. Strikeout plus, that's a 13. The 15 is too high. 3-4 pop up to Getz. And that is out number 3. As they leave, 2 stranded. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. After 8, we are tied at 4. We go, after 7, we're tied at 4. We go to the top of the 8th. It's Carlos Quentin, Joe Creed, and Chris Gates due up for Chicago. Chris Lampert is tired, so they are going to pull him. So let's take a look here. We have a right, left coming up. And they're going to bring in Casey Folsom, the left-hander, to pitch. Casey is 3 wins, 1 loss, has a 5.66 ERA, 41 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 44 hits, 28 strikeouts, and 17 walks in the regular season. Taking a look here at the stats for Chris Lampert. Lampert went 3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 2 strikes, 1 home run, leaves the game with an ERA of a 6.0. All right, here's the pitch to Carlos Quentin, who's 0 for 1 on 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. And that's going to be 4-6 range play. That's going to be at the ballpark. We're going to go Comerica. 4-1. HR8. Home run. That's a 2. That's a 20 for Carlos's range. And that ball is hit dead center out of here. Home run on the long ball. Home run for Carlos Quentin to put the White Sox back up on the lead by 1. White Sox turning this game into a home run derby. Almost. Joe Creed 0 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. The pitch to Creed, 1-1, strikeout 6, the 13, too high. And that is going to be 4-3. That is going to be a fly ball to Ordonez for out number 1. Chris Gates, 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-2. 2-2 is a double star. Ground ball to Rentia. Out number 2. Toby Hall, 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. Has a run scored in this game. 1-6. Possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be 4-5. Double star 4. Ground ball to Blanco. Blanco's range is on a 1-3. That is a 4. No error there. And that retires the side. No, 1 run, 1 hit. No errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Carlos Guillen, Maggio Ordonez, and Miguel Cabrera due up for Detroit. So we are going to make some changes to the lineup here. Dye is going to come out at right field. And they're going to bring in Brian Anderson. Anderson will take over there. Cornico out at first. They can't do that. Right, center field. So center field, they're going to bring in Dwayne Weiss at first. And they're going to leave that there. No double switch. So that is the order there. Those are the changes made. Weiss will take over at first at center field. Anderson is at right field. And here we go. Floyd tires, so they are going to pull Floyd. We are in a safe situation. So we have a switch right coming up. And we just did have Gavin Floyd in. Octavio. Bobby Jenkins. So they're going to bring in Bobby Jenkins. Nope, they're going to save him for that. They are going to bring in nope. They're going to bring in Boone Lowe. See, this is hard sometimes. They're going to bring in DJ Carousel. Sorry, the bullpen couldn't decide who to send out on that. So for JD, ERA of a 9.0, pitched 1 inning, allowed 1 hit and 2 walks. Take a look here at the stats for Gavin Floyd. Went 7 innings, allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 2 home runs. Here you go to the bottom of the 8th. He's going to face Carlos Guillen, Maggio Ordonez, and Miguel Cabrera. Here's the pitch to Carlos Guillen. Guillen is 3-6. Possible error on a ground ball. 2-1. Fly ball to Weiss. Out number 1. Maggio Ordonez is up. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And they are not going to let him take this hit. They're going to pinch hit him. And they're going to bring in Ryan Rabon to come in. Here's the pitch to Ryan. And that's going to be 2-4. They are going to the bench. So 15, that is a 5, and they struck him out. All right, here's Cabrera. Cabrera is 3 for 3 on the day. Been perfect so far throughout this day. 3-4. Blank. 4-5, and that is a pump up to Creed. And that is out number 3. So, for right field, yeah. So they're just going to have Ryan Rubin take over at first in right field. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Ryan Rubin taking over in right field. And that is after 8. It's Chicago 5, Detroit 4. We go to the but will we see some 9th inning magic? Let's look at the box score after 8 innings of play. Chicago with that 1 run in the 8th inning. That gives them that 1-run lead, and it does put them into a safe situation here. 5 runs on 7 hits, Detroit 4 runs on 7 hits. Chicago scoring in the 1st, the 5th, the 7th, and in the 8th. Detroit scoring in the 2nd, the 4th, and in the 7th as well. And then have been shut out in the 8th inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top of the 9th. Casey Forsum going to come out. And with that, who are they going to bring in? They're going to bring in Aquino Lopez. We're going to do a random on that one. Only because Aquino Lopez went 2 innings pitched, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and no walks. Take a look at the stats here for Casey Folsom. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 home run. It's like every batter for Detroit so far in this game gave up a home run. Gavin Floyd gave up 2 home runs already in this game. But here we go to the 9th inning with some, but like we said, will we see some 9th inning magic? Dwayne Rice coming up. He's batting 1,000. Here's the pitch. 2-4 blank. 1-3 pop up to Rentia. Out number 1. Here's Orlando Cabrera, who's 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Cabrera, and that is going to be 6-5. That's a strikeout. That's a 5. The 13 too high. And that is going to be 4-4. And that is going to be a fly ball to Rayburn. Out number 2. And here we go. Jim Thome, 2 for 4 on the day. The pitch. 6-2 as a blank. 6-4. Ground ball to Gulen. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's Edgar Rentier, Ivan Rodriguez, and Jacques Jones due up for Detroit. That's going to do it for JD as they're going to bring in their closer, Bobby Jenkins. Bobby Jenkins, let's take a look here at his stats. 1 inning pitched. Here we go. He's got to face off against Edgar, Ivan, and Jacques. Edgar, 4-2 walk, 8, 13 too high. 3-5, and that is a fly ball to Anderson. Out number one. Here's Ivan Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. The pitch. 1-1. Range play. 2-4. Fly ball to Quinton. Quinton's range is on a 1-3. That's a 6, and that's going to be a double. That is a double. We're going to go to infield at normal depth. Here's Jock Jones 0 for 3 on the day. They're going to keep Rodriguez in. 1 out. Runner on second. Strategy roll 17. 6-2 at the ballpark. 5-2. Single to Getz. Rodriguez will come home to tie the game up. That's going to bring up Brandon Ing. And they are going to bring in Curtis Granderson to pinch run. Brandon Ing, here's the pitch. They are going to let him take the set. Actually, yep. 4-1 blank. 3-1. Ground ball to first. Ing will go to second. Out at first. 1-2 away. The go-ahead run on second as we go to the top of the order. Here's Bobby Jenkins. Jenkins is tired. Clay Thomas 1 for 4 in the day. The pitch. 4-5. That is a walk. That's a 12. That's a 6. And he walks Clay Thomas. And we have a steal attempt coming up. And that is going to be a stolen base for Granderson. Safe at third. Runners now in the corners. Bobby Jenkins. They are going to pull him. They're going to pull Jenkins. And they are going to bring in Nick Massett to try to... For this, Massett. 2 wins, no losses, 1 save, a 3.92 ERA, 62 innings pitched, allowed 71 hits, 43 strikeouts, and 22 walks. Bobby Jenkins went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, and 1 walk. ERA of 5.29. The go-ahead run at third. Here's the pitch to Placidio. 3-5. Error on a throw. 3-4. Pop up to Getz. And that popped out at second base. And we are going into free baseball. And with that, we are going to bring in Brent Clavin. So we're heading into extra innings here. After 9, it's 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for Detroit. We go to the top of the 10th. It's Paul Cornico, Brian Anderson, and Carlos Quinton due up for the White Sox. And they're going to leave Lopez in. Here's the pitch. Paul Cornico is 0 for 3 on the day. 5-5. That's a strike. 9-8. Struck him out. Brian Anderson, 0 for 0. First time we're seeing him. Here's the pitch. 1-2. Hit by pitch. 0-13 too high. Lopez is a -4. 3-4. Fly ball out to center. Carlos Quentin 0 for 2 on the day with a home run. 5-4 at the ballpark. 2-1 single to Clavin. And that puts Carlos Quentin on. So the go-ahead run for Chicago now on base. Strategy rolls a 4, infield at normal depth. Here's Joe Creed, 0 for 4 in the day. Strategy rolls a 4, 6-2, blank. 2-3, ground ball to first. And that is out number 3. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the 10th. It's Carlos Goulden, Ryan Raybird, and Miguel Cabrera due up. They're going to leave Nick Massett in. Here's the pitch to Goulden. 4-4 at the ballpark. 6-1. HRP. Home run 9 to Anderson. That's a 5. That's a 5. Home run for Carlos Goulden, and Detroit wins this game with a walk-off home run in extra innings. And that's the ball game, folks. Detroit comes back to win this in extra innings, 6-5. Final line score coming right up. So with that, Detroit wins this game in extra innings. They go to 4-1, and that's going to drop Chicago to 2-3. Your winning pitcher today is Aquino Lopez. Nick Massett draws the loss. Carlos Quentin with the home run. Nick Swisher, 2 home runs. Carlos Goulden, also 2 home runs in this game. And Miguel Cabrera picked up his 2nd home run for the season. Let's take a look at the stats here. Your winning pitcher today is Aquino Lopez. He went 2 innings, allowed 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Nick Massett drew the loss. He went 1/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, and gave up 1 home run. So that is going to do it for us here at Comerica Park. Chicago, 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Detroit, 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors. So that's going to do it for us here at Comerica Park. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up on your way through the turnstiles. And until next time, I'm Scoony007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.